Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So today we're going to be reviewing the NIHUI U207 Nano quadcopter. It's been a while since I've reviewed a Nano quad, and this is a review model from lightake.com. I'll go ahead and have the links in the description of where you can pick this up if you're interested. But anyway, let's start the review. So just real quick, I'm going to take it out of the box. So this guy is a little quad that basically has a kind of a built-in kind of prop guard body all in one, and it seems pretty light, so hopefully it doesn't hinder the flight or flight time too much. But basically in the box you get the U207. It's got the battery already in here. Looks like it slides in and out pretty easy. It's a 150 mAh 3.7 volt battery. Then we've got this other box here. And in this box we got a little bag. And in the bag we got a screwdriver. We get our instruction manual. We get a USB charger, which you'd plug into a computer or cell phone type charger. Then they give you 4 propellers. So that's nice. They give you a whole set of 4 propellers just in case you break a few. And here is the controller. So it's one of these Nano controllers. They're all very similar. Basically the craft itself, just out of the box, it does look like it's got these little rubber feet on the bottom. So it'll help it with landing. And it looks like it's kind of just one of those printed on circuit boards. Very simple looking quad. And then it's just got this this built-in cowling here. So actually for beginner flyers, this looks like it would be actually really good, because usually on Nano quads like this, you don't really get any kind of prop guards in the package. So I think this would be a really good choice for somebody that's just kind of starting out and would like to do some house flying. But anyway, let's see what the instructions say for the control. So basically, of course, you've got your pitch and roll on this stick, and then your throttle up and down, and your yaw here on the left stick. You've got your power here, on and off. Then you've got your pitch and roll trimming here, so you do have some trim buttons there. And then you actually have a yaw trimming key as well. So there's the yaw trim here. And then as far as what I can decipher in the manual, the left trigger up here would be your rate of flight. So you would just click it once to go in a faster rate of flight. So that's the left trigger button here. And then the right trigger button is just your flip control. So you press it and you should be able to flip in any direction. So anyway guys, not much setup on a little Nano like this. Basically it's all put together already. All we need to do is charge the battery. And so I'll put that on the charger. I'll put some fresh batteries in the controller. And if it's not too windy, I'll go ahead and do some flights in the park as well as in the house. But if it's a little windy outside, I'll just stick to the house flights and try to put it through its paces and see how it does, and then come back to the table, do kind of a final assessment, pros and cons, and just see how well this thing did. All right, so let's get flying. All right, so we're here at the park with the little Nano U207 quad, and we're gonna go ahead and get some park flying in and just see how it does in a little bit of wind. So rate 2 would be the top left trigger. You heard 2 beeps. Go ahead and do a range test real quick in our rate 2. Alright, so I got a little bit sluggish, maybe about 100 feet out. So the range is actually pretty good for this one. Maybe about 100 feet. Fresh batteries in the controller. Let's try to do some flips. Push in the right trigger. And then any direction, you press the right stick, it will flip. So it flips pretty nice. Not much of a breeze, so it is handling this little breeze right now at about 5 mile/hour variables. So no problem there. So actually there's another feature to turn the lights off. I just turned the lights off to save you some battery power. You just click and hold the right trigger. There's lights on and lights off. Real stable flyer. I don't see any headless mode on this. Let me try and hold in the left trigger, see what happens. No. So left trigger is just rate 1, rate 2. So no headless, but it does fly really good. Even in some slight breeze. I thought it might be difficult in some slight breeze, but it's doing pretty well. Does seem like the cowling, the prop guards do kind of catch the breeze a little bit when you turn hard, and it kind of does that. But not bad, just turn a little slower. Pretty quick little guy too. In the rate 2, it's pretty fast. Once it gets moving. Oh. Alright, cool. Well, good park test on this one. It seems like the wind is gonna catch underneath these cowls and maybe flip it rather easy, so I would keep it in low wind for this one. Definitely in-house or low wind. We're going to go ahead and go in the house, get some house flight in a zero wind environment, and then get to the bench and do a final pros and cons on this little guy and see how it does. Okay, so we're in the house here, and we're going to go ahead and do a in-house kind of night flight with this little guy and see how it does. Okay, so far it seems pretty stable. So let's see what the yaw rate is. So that's the rate 1 yaw rate. And left trigger is rate 2. So rate 1 and 2 have the same yaw rate, and then we're going to test the pitch and roll. So here's the roll in rate 1 and pitch in rate 1 and rate 2, roll, pitch. Wow. Really good at stopping. So I'm digging that. So same yaw, both rates, and quite a bit faster on the second rate. Now this right button here, let's actually just do a real fast little hover test. Now that's pretty good for a no wind environment and a small little Nano like this. Just some small inputs in the throttle to keep it level. So far so good. Okay, so right trigger should be the flip function. So I'm pushing in the right trigger and then any direction. We'll do a nice little flip. So it gives a little throttle boost before it flips. And it actually keeps itself pretty level with minimal throttle input. Okay, so lights off. You right click and hold the top right trigger button. And you can turn your lights on and off. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick little transmitter controller shut-off test, just to see what happens if you lose connection. So shutting off controller now. So in about a second, it just drops out of the sky. So that's good to know. Let's go ahead and give this guy a little thrust test from a hover to full throttle. Slightly sluggish, probably due to the built-in prop guard body. Try that one more time. So hover to full throttle. Not too bad. So there's the low voltage lights. See how long it lasts. So it's dropping now and I'm full throttle. Just going to test the low voltage cutoff. Okay, good. So it has a low voltage cutoff, so you won't ruin your battery. That's good to know. So let's go ahead and get back to the bench and do our final thoughts, pros and cons on this little guy and see how it did. Hey guys, welcome back. So we're back to the bench with the U207 Nano quadcopter. And we're just going to go through some pros and cons real quick. So first of all, it is stable in a no-wind environment, very stable. You can see the flight in-house flying, and it was really stable. Also at the park when there was no wind, it was flying very well and stable. It's got okay lift, not the best, but for what it is, a nano quad, it does have decent lift, especially with this prop guard cowling on here that's kind of built in. It's got decent lift. Beginner flyers, it's a great little quadcopter to start with, since it does have this built-in cowling here. And the cool thing about this is there's no, usually prop guards have some kind of downward airflow restriction, but there's really no restriction on this one except for this little body portion and the arm coming out. I do think that the rate 1 on this would have been better to have a little bit of a slower yaw for a beginner that's like training inside, where the rate 1 is going to be really a low rate of roll and pitch. And to also match that, I kind of wish they would have had a slower yaw rate as well. The yaw is a little too fast for the rate 1, but the rate 2, it's the same yaw rate for both rates. So it would have been nice to have a little bit of slower rate on the rate 1 for beginners. As you can see, the low voltage cutoff worked well. When it ran out of batteries, it just kind of cut off the motors so you don't damage your battery. And also we did a transmitter off test, and when it does lose range, it just dropped. When the transmitter was turned off, it just dropped. So shouldn't have any flyaway problems with this one. And then as far as the flight times and range, the flight times I was getting on this guy were 4 minutes and 45 seconds until the low voltage flashing lights would blink. And then another 10 seconds before it actually self-landed. And then as far as the range goes, looks like the range was about 100 feet, which is actually pretty exceptional for a small little nano like this. A lot of the nanos I test are, gosh, some of them are only 25 feet to 50 feet. So this did really well as far as the nano realm goes. 100 feet in my book is pretty exceptional. So to wrap this up, I think this is a great little beginner nano quadcopter. Very durable. It's got this very durable cowling. Not too great in the wind because the wind will catch in the cowling here. It's got like, it's a very low weight cowling, but it's got like kind of a little lip in here that the wind can catch. In the park I was having a little bit of trouble when the breeze came up, and I was spanking kind of hard, it would try to flip it over a little bit. So definitely a great house flyer or no wind flyer, or very little wind flyer. But I'd really recommend this for anybody that would like to start off. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the review. Again, this was a review model from lighttake.com. I'll have the links in the description of where you can pick this up. And go ahead and check my channel for a bunch of other reviews on quads, mini quads, cameras, all kinds of stuff. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.